somewhere in actually in the region. I started as an employee of AMD Japan, so I've got a lot of experience working in the region. And to be frank, I'm very excited to be back working in the region. I've been at headquarters for the past little while, but I'm excited to be back in the region. In terms of how do I find it, I would say it's exciting. It's a big challenge, but there's a ton of opportunity, and I think India is a huge bit of opportunity. I'm actually responsible for Asia Pacific, including Japan.
Including Japan.
Where we exclude is, so the way that the AMD breaks up our regions, I'm responsible for everywhere in EPJ and APAC except Greater China. So for instance, that includes Southeast Asia, ASEAN, Japan, Korea, India, Australia, and New Zealand. I mean, no question. I think if you look at India, if you look at the emerging markets we have here, I think that's somewhere that not only have we had some success, a lot of success in the last couple of years, but I think there's more success to come. So we're very, very bullish. India's, again, I think #1 top down from our company. It's on everyone's radar. I think #2, we start looking at Southeast Asia. There's other emerging markets in Indonesia, so I think we're looking there as well.
In Southeast Asia, it's Indonesia.
Indonesia, yeah, I mean, there's other, Indonesia, Malaysia is another area that we're looking at. Personally for AMD, I think an area where we've been under-indexed is Vietnam. There's countries where AMD I think is under-indexed today, so we're looking at expanding presence in regions or specific countries where we don't have, I think, as much infrastructure and as much business as we should. He's typically been strong in the past, right? Historically, we've had a lot of success. I think in markets, emerging markets, what we're finding is it's less about brand, it's more about the value that we can offer the customer. And I think what we're able to do, in AMD, one of our strengths is, price performance is something we excel in. We've got great technology, so we're less worried about focusing on the branding and the name, and we're more focused about what value can we add to the customer. And I think we find that emerging markets are more receptive to that. India is a great example. If you look at AMD acceptance, I think if you look at our commercial business in India, for example, we've had an extremely good past 2 years. I think we've got some more goodness coming this year as well. But even consumer, I think the acceptance of AMD is overwhelmingly positive, and that's something that you can really only find in markets like the AMD team in India is world-class. Under Ravi's leadership, I think the team has been very solid in the last 4 years. Not a lot of change. Any change has been, some really expansion of some key people. So I think the team that Ravi's built here, has had extreme success, and I think we're setting up for even more success in the future. So we're very pleased, and this is even before this current role. India is always top in our executive meetings back at headquarters, and we get a lot of good press and a lot of good positive vibes around India. Absolutely. If you look at AMD's core business, historically, right, we are a channel company, right? From our component days of selling processors in box and our graphics today, we're very, very focused on the channel. If you look in India, for example, we've got the Warlord program, where we go out and we pick key representatives in regions to go help us drive our business. We're looking at a commercial program, starting that called the Drone program. We're investing a lot, both in resources and investment, to make sure that our channel infrastructure is where it needs to be. And I think leveraging our success in the component business and the system business, I think it's somewhere that we're going to grow, and I think we're very capable of growing, and we've started to see that in consumer. I think next step for us here in India is commercial. Right, I think, as I mentioned, I think we've seen some success. We've seen a lot of success with our Warlord program in consumer. I think our next step is commercial. It's SMB. We've had some great deals. The big mega deals from last year. UP, for instance. One of the single largest deals our company's ever had from a commercial perspective. Huge win. We partner with the different provincial governments all around India. So I think our next step is how do we take that to the channel side? We take what we're doing in consumer, what we've done in the mega deals, and now we want to expand that to our channel partners in SMB and all around the country. So that's a great question. The expectations, I think, are very similar to, I would say, the success that we've seen in other parts of the business. There's no issue with our brand. AMD is very well received. We're starting to see that's a worldwide statement. We've got some of the best products we've ever had. So my expectations is that we're going to see a lot of growth. I think one thing I'm most excited about is, on top of the investments that we're making in the channel, our product portfolio in the commercial space is going from a few key platforms to really an expansive range with many of our key partners. So I think by just having those platforms, leveraging the success we've had in India with the consumer channel and with our mega deals, I think it's ripe for us to go take a lot of share and work with our commercial channel partners here in India. I would actually categorize that as, I think India, what Ravi and the team here have done is really set the standard, set the benchmark for the kind of channel programs that we do need. I think the only other channel that we've got even close to similar success is maybe in some of the mature markets like North America. I think we've got a very well developed commercial channel there. But I think sort of the plans that we've laid out, capitalizing on the Warlord program, going to the drone program, I think we're really setting the benchmark here in India for the rest of the company.
Right. Your competitors.
Our competitors. I think we're going to really focus down on where we win. And this is actually a key message. Where's AMD really strong at? We're strong at graphics. But I think the key message is being strong in graphics doesn't necessarily mean, it does mean better visuals and prettier images, but it also means better performance across the board. And I think the biggest change for us in 2014 is the software ecosystem has now caught up in the programs and the benchmarks and all the key software ecosystem has matured to be able to take advantage of the big, powerful GPU core we have in our products, our graphics core, and they're able to roll that out into performance across the board. So we've really seen that ecosystem catching up with our bet in graphics as our major opportunity this year and next. Huge year last year, banner year in 2013. I think 2014, I think our goal is to improve on that. We've made a mark in the big mega deals. I think next, what we want to do is we want to see growth in consumer. We're definitely going to see growth in sort of run rate commercial. We call it run rate, but our SMB channel, the non-mega deal portion of the commercial business. Those are going to be our areas of focus. I think apart from that, we're looking at new areas of business. It's partnering with new local OEMs, new partners in India to push out new products, whether it be embedded, whether it be workstation graphics, whether it be partnering with local companies to release tablets. We want to strengthen our core, and we want to start expanding and diversifying our revenue source to products that are able to leverage the graphics and the performance that we realize from our graphics products in the APU. So I think what you're going to see is all around the board, we're going to see gains really across all product segments in 2014, and we've got just the team to do it.